this constant friction is much worse for a child as opposed to just, okay, or one and done. You know, I feel like you're forcing them to be in an environment where they constantly have to see two people that they love most in the whole world fighting every single day. And I think nobody deserves that. And sometimes this separation decision, your parents just being strong and decisive about it, I feel like that's much more helpful for the child. Absolutely. I know it was much more helpful for me. I personally, I think from a personal space, I respect him so much. I want to be dressed appropriately at all times. That's what I meant in context to me alone. It's not like a general statement on why would you be going around doing all of this, saying all this to everybody anyway, you know. In fact, my mom forwards dating rumors to me and she's like, oh, which one is this now? But since none of them are true, neither of us pay heed to it. And we're both just like, chalo, there are more important things in life. But yeah, she does get concerned sometimes about the fact that, you know, more is being spoken about my personal life than my work. I wouldn't say that I've gone through anything bad because I feel like my life was a lot easier because my mom's was tougher. You know, I think she cushioned my brother and I so well from all the negativity around us. She's always protected us and kept us within this shield. Everything that we've gone through together, I think has just only fortified and emboldened me to really take on the world and take on any negativity that might come my way because I know I've seen worse.
Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Speak Easy. My guest today is super cool. She has entered the industry with so much confidence and so much love has already been given to her. Yes, she's someone who has probably seen the industry slightly closer. But there's so much more to her. I'm talking about, of course, the very talented Palak Tiwari. Hello.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Of course, I'm so excited that we've been doing this. We've been planning to do this for a while. Palak, like I said, right, like you, of course, you will be considered a star kid, right? Because Shweta has been one of the leading TV actors and she's had a very flourishing career. But there has been so much more to you because you, unlike the other, like probably the filmy crowd, the filmy star kids, you have not been exposed to that kind of friends or an environment. And you, I think, have worked on building your own individuality from a very young age.
Yeah.
I would like you to sort of highlight that and tell me your point of view.
You know, I've always said that I'm in some sort of like a brand new circle or a brand new category, so to speak. I feel like I don't exactly fit in with the star kids, but I definitely do not fit in with the commoners also. You know, I have like this little category of my own that I'm sort of like trying to figure out. And as much as I completely acknowledge my privilege, which is, you know, being known as my mother's daughter, but I think I didn't really have the roles being offered to me or all of that because of my mom's success. What about my mom's success did help or what really did water down to me was the love that people have for her. I think that it's so often that I meet even journalists or just people from the industry that meet me and they probably meet me a lot nicer than they would meet like a complete stranger because they're like, oh, you're Shweta's daughter, we love Shweta so much. So I think my mom, she earned so much love and respect throughout her career and I think people sort of like shower me with that love also sometimes just because of the association. But other than that, I feel like I'm in a bracket of my own and I'm trying to still like, I'm figuring out how to still navigate it.
People who don't know you, who eventually come to know you, what do you think are the misconceptions kind of that they have about you? And you know, when they meet you, they're like, oh, so that's not how it works.
I feel like people consider it to be just very easy in general with everybody, right? But also with me, I think people think that I am like a little snooty or like whatnot because I think people have told me that I have a resting bitch face, which you can't really do much about. But I would like to believe that I'm not. I mean, I never have felt like I'm bitchy. I just, whenever somebody approaches me, they realize that I'm really not. And I think that is one misconception that people have about me. Another one is that, like I said, that I just have everything easy and I just don't have to work for anything. I think everybody, and not just me, or I'm making a general statement about everybody in this industry. I think everybody is much more hardworking than people give them credit for. So I think, yeah, that also for sure.
Shweta is a fabulous person. And you know, the way she's built her life, the way she's fought through things, I think is such an admirable journey.
True.
Tell me about that, because I don't think you've had an easy journey. I think it's so inspiring to know that, you've been through your own traumas and you have healed, and here you are, doing your own thing.
I feel like I wouldn't say that I've gone through anything bad, because I feel like my life was a lot easier because my mom's was tougher. I think she cushioned my brother and I so well from all the negativity around us. She's always protected us and kept us within this shield. And because of that, I feel like I've had a very protected childhood. And I mean, everything that we've gone through together, I think has just only fortified and emboldened me to really take on the world and take on any negativity that might come my way, because I know I've seen worse. So I think, I think it's just strengthened my character a lot more. And I don't really take it as a negative thing. I think itna struggle to everybody needs in life to just build character.
While people who don't know would also know that, your mom, when it comes to the career, really had to fight through there as well. Yeah. She was the leading lady, but then she had to do so much more to survive, right? Because that was not enough, right? And then you have to move on, the next project doesn't come. Tell me what you have learned from all the struggles that you have seen, and what advice did she give you when you decided to take this plunge? And of course, like you all know, we have her debut in Kisi Ki Bhai, Kisi Ki Jaan.
I will say that I think God has been very kind. My mom never really had to struggle for work, but I think after Kasauti, because there were so many facets to her character in Kasauti itself, that she sort of was like, now what can I do that can really still entertain me? Because she really requires that stimulus. She really wants to be always surprised by her character. She wants always a new challenge. So I think after Kasauti, to find a character that really gave her that little kick was very tough for her to find. And she's always been very picky. I mean, now she can afford to be. She's built this very prolific career for herself. But she's always told me that this is, the one industry where you need to prove your worth over and over and over and over. Nobody's going to be like, oh, she was good in that show, and then, believe that one sentence for the rest of their lives. You will have to keep proving that statement over and over. Otherwise, nobody's going to love you or respect you. The term one-hit wonder exists only in this industry, which is so scary. So, but she's always told me to not take myself too seriously and not take what others say more seriously, and that this is an industry with I think probably the world's most ups and downs. And if you're enjoying your highs, then you better be ready for the lows also.
So true. We look at you, you are this person who's confident, you're this person, but I am sure you've been through your share of bullying and shaming to reach here. Because I think all of us do have that journey, and I feel like overcoming that is what I think proves to be like a true inspiration.
I feel like I'm still in that phase. People still haven't really accepted me yet. Which is fine, because I know people are gonna instantly love you sometimes. Sometimes you need to prove your worth, and I'm very willing and I'm very ready to prove my worth and earn that love from people. But I'm still going through that phase where people like, oh, I don't like what she's wearing, I don't like how thin she is, I don't like this or that or this or that. I mean, people have a billion things to say, and like 99% of the times there are things that I can't even change about myself. And but my mom, again, another thing that she's told me is that when you're doing well, people love everything about you. So I mean, I'm okay with the criticism, because I know the day that I start doing well and the day that I really earn their love and respect, they're going to start liking everything about me.
It's one way to look at it, right?
Yeah.
What have you learned in this process of what you were trying to get the right role, right? Like where to debut is so important.
Yeah.
I want to know how that moment happened for you, A, and why did you decide ultimately? Because, if you wanted, you could have done anything else. You could have chosen to wait till you get like only where you are the focus. But I feel like it also shows the sense of security. That you know what you're doing when you chose a film like Kisi Ki Bhai, Kisi Ki Jaan.
I feel like people make it very preordained and very calculated and all that. At the end of the day, it's just a career that we all love. I can't sit here doing maths, oh, my first film should be, I've never approached it like that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made a debut with a music video. I have just never, that has never been my approach. My approach has been just do whatever feels right. Just do whatever you feel like is going to be fun. and that's what I've been doing. And I've always wanted to make my own, pave my own way and just have my own way with things. Like I said, I as such feel like I don't fit in a particular box. So I feel like whatever I do is my way now. So I saw a film that a narration of which was extremely entertaining to hear, and I was really rolling on the floor laughing while hearing the script of this film, and it's truly so hilarious. And I just knew that I wanted to do this film, and after this I have pictures lined up where, like you said, I am the sole focus. But also I feel like I love doing films, so why am I not doing them? I'm just like, I don't put that much brain into it. I think this is a career for which I feel only from my heart, and I only make my decisions from my heart.
I also want to know as to when was that final audition? What happened? How were you feeling? And when you sat with Salman, because now when I see the BTS, I feel like you're this kid of the group where everyone's really, and also like fun, everyone's relating to what you're saying and laughing, because I told you I saw the BTS. But I know that reaching this comfort level is also a journey with everybody, and of course that meeting with Salman.
I feel like my audition I think was the longest, because it went on for a year, which is when I did with him in Antim. I think he is the kind of guy, he'll never really audition you because he's always observing. For him, it won't be probably like your acting capacity. He'll be like, acting to main sikha dunga, or such mein. He's a very good teacher. But I think it's your core values. He'll observe you and he'll see how hardworking you are, how passionate you are, how dedicated you are, and how good a heart you are. And I think those are the things that you'll find in every single person that he's ever cast or he's ever launched. Those are the key attributes to him. Because those are the things that are the biggest in his personality. All things good. So I think when it came to casting me, casting Raghav, casting Jassi, Shehnaaz, Vinali, Siddharth, I think these are the things that he's noticed about all of us for a very long time. And he was like, okay, yeah, they're good people. They'll make for a good, nice environment on set. They will be able to, make a conducive environment for a film that's truly all about love and family. And I think he did just that. I think I'm in a perennial state of intimidation with him. I don't think, I'm telling you, if you get
now?
Yeah, if you get to know him personally, the intimidation never goes away. Because it's like, first, respecting him as a star and as a talent, as like one of the biggest stars of the country is one thing. But the way I respect him is like a man that could do no wrong. That's where it comes from in my eyes. In my eyes, it's that, oh my God, he's so nice, he's so perfect. He should think like well of me. It's that, which is why like sometimes I'll be doing some masti or whatever, and he'll come around and like, oh, I wasn't doing anything. But
like
it's just,
full,
I've never experienced this before in my life, that you respect somebody so much that your body freezes in their presence. And that's exactly, I'm telling you, you see my interviews with Salman sir, my personality takes a 180 flip. I'm just like, okay, yeah, this, that, I don't have as much, I've become catatonic. But I mean, it's just the kind of effect that he has on people, And I was very intimidated during Antim, but I was much more so intimidated during this one because we had to share the same screen this time.
Was it difficult?
For sure. Because, he'd be like, sometimes he'd be like, oh, how about you take this line that way? Oh, how about you like add this line? I'd be like, okay, oh yeah, sure. And I'd be too scared to ask questions, so I would just like keep my fingers crossed, hopefully yahi tha, and then he'd see the scene and be like, and you're like, okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
You spoke about how, like, because as an AD you're running about, you're wearing certain things, and you're wearing certain clothes, and he says that cover it up, I'm not there around, so I hope you're safe. I think that was the context which you said that in, right?
Yeah, I think much more so than that. I think from a personal space I respect him so much. I want to be dressed appropriately at all times. That's what I meant in context to me alone. It's not like a general statement on why would he be going around doing all of this, saying this to everybody anyway,
He wanted to also feel protective about you, right? Like,
it's much more so, about
like
me.
Shweta's daughter.
Much more so about me in a professional space, and I think that's all that there is to it.
if he sees you're upset, he will come up to you and
Yeah,
talk to you. Is
yeah.
that how it is? Have I got it pretty much?
Yeah, he's 100% like that. He doesn't, I feel like he doesn't, when people are getting overly emotional, he's a little like, hey, don't be like melodramatic, don't do that. He wants everybody to be tough. But also if he sees somebody like truly like struggling or just getting all upset, he'll be like, oh, beta, what happened? He'll be the first to like pat your back and really be there for you.
And talking about fun, he started like this fun, like absolutely fun rumor for Shehnaaz and Raghav, which now they're all clarifying saying that it was a joke.
Huh.
But are you glad that he didn't go so much? He was trying to put in like a little bit of Siddharth in your rumor.
No, he was not
he
even
was
trying to do that.
Raghav and Shehnaaz he did. He was teasing them a little.
Yeah, he was.
But you escaped that. Are you glad?
No, I didn't escape it at all because he was making a joke and he was like trying to
And he
make...
was looking at you and
yeah,
watching
Siddharth. He was trying to make Siddharth and I part of the joke.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, do you all also think so? Do you all also think so? But we didn't want to like...
Yeah, you seem super confusing. What am I supposed to
That's why I
nod?
was like, so... But that's me in front of him no matter what he says. He could be like, good morning, Palak. I'm like, that's just how much respect I have for him. But yeah, I mean, he just jokes around like that. It's just...
Tell me these funny moments that must have happened saying Bijli, Bijli, Bijli girl.
On the, I don't know about like on sets as much because I think everybody is
Of
in
course.
their own professional thing. But with my friend, oh my god, my friend group, though I think anything happens, my friend will just greet me by doing this. At this point, it's just that. And any song, every time the song will play in clubs and all, my friends will always send me videos of it. And I think it's so special to me. So,
It really sort of made you go viral, isn't it?
Yeah.
But along with that, like you were talking about earlier also, I feel like you've dealt with all the love with humility, but you've also dealt with the shaming and the unnecessary judgments that come along with, oh, she's wearing this dress and she's partying all the time, which I'm sure they are as well. I mean, it's just normal, but with a lot of dignity. I feel like where you have to, you probably would say it.
That is so true, that it's harder on women for sure. Like if a guy is going out partying and all, then oh, he's so cool, he's having fun. But if a chick does the same thing, then there's a negative connotation attached to it.
Yeah, she's like whatever.
Yeah, always. And I feel like a lot of it is often inflicted by women on women, which is what I feel like hurts me the most. But much more so than that, I feel like I'm at an age where everybody I know is doing this. They just don't have they are just not being tapped every single time that they go to the party.
All of us do it.
And I in fact do it lesser than most people.
Yeah.
Because very frankly, I don't get the time to. But whenever I do get the time, I go out with my friends sometimes and just, just to dance around a little bit. I don't even drink. So, I'm just there, just doing a few little dances, having my little Red Bull, and I come back home. And it's really not as serious as people make it sound. And as far the dress and all that is concerned, I feel like fashion is very subjective.
They just want to shame you, which is what the problem is, right?
That's true. But like I said, you have to have thick skin. You have to.
That's what I wanted to go there. Do you think you have a thick skin now?
100%. Now, though, I feel like they can say absolutely anything. And I'll be like, okay, that's fine. That's cool. Because I know none of these people actually really know me. And if they did know me, I feel like they would have a very different say to things, So I think I'm just going to wait very patiently till people actually know me and the person that I am, and then tab ki tab dekhenge.
I know you've handled all the one way, I mean, you're a legit star when all your dating rumors start. And like you just said, you are at that age, you will go out with friends. And of course, Ibrahim and you, like you said, you have been friends. But how have you sort of reacted to that? And how has your mother, I'm sure she must have found it funny because you obviously tell her everything. So.
My mom forwards dating rumors to me and she's like, oh, which one is this now? But since none of them are true, neither of us pay heed to it. And we're both just like, chalo, there are more important things in life. But yeah, she does get concerned sometimes about the fact that, more is being spoken about my personal life than my work. Yeah. But to that I say, ki my work is yet to still come.
Exactly.
So once that starts, hopefully all of this will dissolve a little bit.
But have Ibrahim and you had a laugh over it?
Honestly, him and I don't really keep in touch much.
Achha. It's only when you socially meet like that, right? I want to ask you this. You've of course been in that situation. It was very early when your parents decided to go separate ways. And like I said, your mother is absolutely awesome. And I see that in you. How did you deal with that, and more so how the world perceived you, and how different it was from the way they perceived you and what your mother and you were going through?
I feel like, this whole taboo of marriages shouldn't end and like divorce is such a stigma and all that. I feel like that only, if anything, makes the lives difficult of marriages, that only makes the life more difficult for children who are a part of marriages that aren't necessarily working out. I feel like if people were just more relaxed about the concept of a divorce or separation, the mental health of those children would be much better, in a much more relaxed state, because I feel like this constant friction is much worse for a child as opposed to just or one and done. I feel like you're forcing them to be in an environment where they constantly have to see two people that they love most in the whole world fighting every single day, and I think nobody deserves that. And sometimes this separation decision, your parents just being strong and decisive about it, I feel like that's much more helpful for the child. Absolutely. I know it was much more helpful for me, and I think that's something that people just need to consider and acknowledge. And I mean, for me, luckily people have not had any negative things. They've never really said how come you're not sadder. But I feel like they've been like, oh, you're so strong dealing with this. But what they don't realize is that my mom has never made it seem like it was extremely tough. She's always made it seem easy. She's always made it seem like a part of life. And that's, I think, my biggest takeaway from this, that whenever life seems hard, it's not that, oh, we're so tough that we're going through this. It's, hey, we had to go through this. There was no second option. Yeah. So I think that really puts things into perspective for me.
Also, she always says you're her biggest strength.
Yeah.
And I feel like y'all are this best friend, which I hope I have as cool as is she as cool as she is as a mother particularly? Which difference I'm asking cool?
No, my mom's very cool. I feel like my mom...
There you go.
Yeah, she trusts me with everything, and she even if I feel like our generations are obviously very different. Yeah. But it does help that we are closer in age than most parents and children are. I feel like we have an age difference of exactly 20 years. And I feel like whenever, even if she's not understanding the concept of something, but she really believes that, Lavu understands it, she's comprehending what's happening, she'll never question me about it. It's always been like, your decision, your choice. So yeah, she's
how
very
amazing cool. Is that? If I had to tell you what are the few things that you have kind of imbibed from her that sort of has really helped you path, not just in your career, but as a person, what would that be? I
feel like my whole personality is imbibed from my mother. Honestly, there are not one, two, or I cannot enumerate just a few. They're truly whoever I am today is because of her. But I would say just being unapologetically who you are. And I feel like some people tend to have like a facade in front of the screen. They are a little scared of showing people who they truly are, because it's not just that people are criticizing you, then it becomes that people are criticizing who you truly are. And that scares people a lot, But my mom has always been on screen, but she's off screen. And that's also one thing that I've learned from her. I'm exactly the person outside of this interview that I am inside of this interview, And that's one thing. Another thing is just to work so hard, always, at any point in life, and not to be motivated by weird external factors, but just to be driven by the fact that you need to provide for your family. I think that's the purest source of drive. So yeah.
We all grow up on Bollywood movies and Hindi films.
Yeah.
And I know that. So I want to know, when did you think like, I think this is it. I really want to be an actor. And a lot of times when we are growing up, a lot of our romantic notions are based on the films. Yeah. Eventually we realize the kind of partner that we want to, based on reality. So I want to know that experience for you, like how you thought what you wanted, and now when you think of like, if you are with a partner, how would that be like? What is love for you?
Everybody settles and thinks ki, it's fine, ki chalo, if I settle and all, this is the reality of life. But I think there are boys really out there that are that nice, that are as nice as the Bollywood movies show them to be. We don't meet them that often. They are like magical unicorns that appear every 10 years. But they do exist. So if you're settling thinking ki this is real life, let's settle, don't, because boys like that do exist. And I've seen it myself. So many of my guy friends are genuinely that sweet. And so yeah, I don't think people should settle because Bollywood is based on reality, yeah. And boys like that are an actuality.
And so you must tell me, when was the decision made for you that you want to be an actor?
I was so young. I was
That
so
young?
young. Yeah, I think my brain just, it wasn't like, oh, one day that I sat down and I was like, yes, this is what I'm doing. It's like I grew with the intention. You know?
Really? That's
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I just knew that, yeah, this is only what I'm going to do.
Have you done all of that, looking in the mirror and doing like poo dialogues or other dialogues?
Full on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I used to take my mom's dupattas, make it into a sari and I used to do all that.
And what did your mom have to say then?
My mom would just come back to a full on messy closet and she'd be like, okay, aaj heroine khela gaya hai. So yeah.
But that's amazing, you know. Does it feel surreal that it's actually happening, that you're debuting?
I'm telling you, my brain was so mentally prepared for it all along that it truly doesn't feel like anything.
Like you knew it, it'll happen.
Yeah, I just knew.
Amazing.
I just knew that I have to be an actor, always. So it was just like, abhi ho raha hai, you know.
When you see yourself on screen, are you critical?
I actually do not like seeing myself on screen because I'm only critical. Because I'm like, yeah, I could have done that better, I could have done that better, because I've already improved so much from like the last time.
Sure.
That,
of course.
you know, then I'm just like, But it's fine, that's something that I'll learn.
But we also have a big solo coming up after this.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Depends on which one releases first, but yeah, I have one coming opposite Sunny Singh, and I've one coming with Pen Productions. Both of which I'm extremely excited for. One is action and one is like a horror rom-com. And yeah, I feel like they are both projects from which I've really learned so much and had so much fun filming and shooting. But yeah, I can't wait for people to see them.
I think it's great. I also feel like you have found your own tribe as well, right? Like when we see you, when we see you, when you see other videos, I genuinely see you. I think you're the kind of person who would hang around with people who you are comfortable with, and who also vibe with how you are.
Yeah.
Right? I think and now you have so many friends that you see from the industry, whether it's Saryan, whether it's Suhana. I'm sure there are people who you think are also a little like you. Vibing in the terms of that. How would you describe it?
I feel like it's not even, I personally don't know those two that well. But I mean, yeah, I think at the end of the day, not just me, everybody is exactly how you would expect yourself to be. You know,
it's difficult though, right, to find them?
Yeah, everybody is afraid. And I personally am not even looking. I'm very happy with my 2-3 childhood friends that I've always had. And I think I will always be happy with them because they are your roots and they are who really know you for you. And if you're asking me who I'm really close to and will remain close to for the rest of my life, it would be Urja, Janvi, Bhumi and Umair. You know, that's my tribe and that will always.
And what did they say when they saw the trailer and you know, the fact that you're going to be in the movie?
I think none of my friends have actually reacted yet. I think they're going to wait.
Not the songs or anything?
They love the songs. They keep dancing to the songs, but they know I get a little awkward when they do it in front of me. So they do it behind my backs, but yeah, they're all waiting to watch the movie for sure.
Were you patiently okay because there are so many, so many people in the trailer that you were not there? You were okay with that, right? Like,
yeah, I feel like it's a very selfish thing that an actor does, which is only wait for yourself. I have enjoyed the trailer for what it was, a Salman Khan trailer. And the action, I think, in this trailer was brilliant. It's such a fantastic trailer. And I really enjoyed that trailer.
Because you do like a pretty good mimic of a lot of people, shall we try and see a Salman mimic?
Oh, I can try.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
So can I do this shot now?
No. That's all he does. He'll just stay there staring at everyone.
Listen, but it is true. We'll have some fun questions. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. A rumor about yourself that makes you laugh.
Then my mom and I in competition.
Is there a rumor like that?
Yeah.
Why would she be? And why would the mother daughter be in
It's bizarre.
It's bizarre. Hello, listen. Like if you know them, they're like amazing. Okay, your one true best friend in the industry.
My one true best friend in the industry, Aishwarya.
Okay. One person who you can call at 4 a.m. Or at any time of the day to ask for advice.
To ask for advice, Salman sir.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. For like more mainly career advice. Na?
Yeah, Salman sir.
Nice. Do you remember an advice that he recently gave you and you're like, I'm going to remember this?
No, he's always said कि बस काम करो, बस काम करो. And I mean that just those three words mean so much. You know कि screw everything else, just काम करो. So yeah.
The first audition that you ever gave in your life and what happened there?
It was probably for some soap ad or some like I don't know chocolate ad. You know वहाँ पे बहुत random ads होते हैं ना रामनगर में. So it was one of those, and I remember thinking it went so horribly, and I'm sure it did go horribly also because that's some different level of pressure. I don't know how people do it because there are 50, 60 people watching you like, oh she's so bad. Oh I could do a much better job. So yeah, it's probably one of those.
Okay. The first paycheck that you ever got?
Oh, it was for this little ad that I did for an English telecom company, and it was for I don't remember. It was somewhere between 15 to 20,000. Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah,
Listen.
yeah.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Okay. A cheat meal that you'd like to have every day?
Cheat me. Oh, a burger. I love burgers. I love them so much.
What is an unnecessary opinion or advice that you've been given? Because actors usually get that when they are starting and you never took it.
I wouldn't say it's unnecessary. It probably does come from somewhere, but gain weight. But I really can't do anything about that right now. My metabolism is really fast. Yeah. You know, I am trying. I have dal chawal 3 times a day. But like you can't help it sometimes.
What would you tell the people who try to troll you for your weight or otherwise? If you had to give one liner sass to them, what would you tell them?
I would say kill them with kindness. So I will say कि बस थोड़ा time लेके एक बार मुझे जान लो फिर बात करते हैं.
Oh, Palak, you're adorable. Okay, a director that you'd love to work with. Okay, name 2.
I would love to work with Sajalila Bhansali, obviously. I think everybody does. I think for now, let's just say Sajalila Bhansali.
The universe plus Angelina Bansali only.
Yes.
I have a feeling it'll happen. I hope so. We're all putting it out in the universe for you, Palak. Okay. You'll have to tell me 3 actors. Name any actor from the Tamil, Telugu, Hindi.
I think Ram Charan sir or Allu Arjun sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love to work with that.
Of course.
I'm a huge fan. Yeah.
Huge fan, of course. You must be so excited for Pushpa 2.
Yeah, I was ecstatic when Ram Charan sir was on our set.
Of course.
Yeah, I was shaking.
Did you go and talk to him?
Yeah, of course I did. I was like, no, but his humility is beyond. I was like, oh, hi sir, and Palak. He's like, oh, hello Palak. And I was like, oh God, stop, please.
But he's the nicest person. I love him. So nice. He's an absolute delight to, as a person also, like so respectful, right? But how much fun is that song?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I love Yentama. It's my favorite song.
Yeah, it's also got this really nice vibe and like...
It's my favorite. Yentama always was like, this song will do the best.
A song, all of y'all and then 3 icons. I mean, killed it. That's a hit.
Too much fun.
Okay. You didn't say Hindi, an actor that you really, really want to work with.
I think Ranbir and Ranveer.
Ranveer Singh and Ranbir Kapoor. Yes. Okay. Fab actors again.
Yes.
All right. On that note, the current crush that you feel, a person you're crushing on, can be a celebrity from anywhere.
Who's that guy? Louis Patridge. What is he? He was in Enola Holmes, I think.
Oh.
Louis something. I think he's cute.
A few on-screen characters that you absolutely hope that you one day get to do them. Like you absolutely love. On-screen characters.
I would say first and foremost would be Geet from Jab We Met. I think what a delightful character. And Aditi from Jaane Tu Ya Jaane Na. And I think either Kajol ma'am's or Kareena's from Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum. And in fact, and weirdly, not Kajol ma'am, but Rani ma'am's Tina from Kuch Kuch Hota Hai.
I love
would
you and
love
for
to
Tina.
play a Tina. Yeah.
That is so sweet.
So if you think about it, in Bollywood, for whatever reason, there is this thing that any girl that's well dressed and is very proper has to be the vamp.
Yeah.
But Tina was so happy, you know, she used to wear short clothes, she used to like, you know, look so good, she was so hot, but she had such a kind heart. And those two things can coexist, which I don't know why we don't consider in Bollywood. It's not always a salwar kameez chick that has to be the good one.
That is so true, though.
You know,
that
and
is so true.
which is why I love Tina so much.
One thing that you feel your mother feels about you that you should change.
My mom thinks that I rely on caffeine too much in life, which I agree with her. I think I should change that.
Is there something that you find annoying about her?
Nothing.
How sweet. I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You are absolutely amazing. I'm rooting for you.
Thank you so much.
Palak, all the way. You're so positive and inspiring. I love that. You go, girl.
Thank you so much.
Sending you lots of love. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.